Yay! Apparently it says I'm live. So just in case, apparently it says I'm live. Now, I'm going to wait for a little bit for people to kind of join in. But today we're going to be talking about Gokiager, the 10 years anniversary season, which has just premiered. And I've got to admit, holy wow, is this absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly going to make sure. Hopefully, if anyone's in the chat, could they please see if they can hear me or not, or am I just kind of speaking out where no one can hear? Because this is a different type of computer that I'm used to, so I'm very much kind of like, what the hell? So I'm just going to quickly see if it's going to come through because everything goes through the speakers. Um, so hopefully it kind of works. I'm just going to share this link about so people can come in along and hear. Is it working or I don't know if it is or isn't. I don't know. I don't know if it is. It says speakers. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah. So I know it's coming through the wrong one. Okay, so I know you can hear me. I don't know if it is or isn't. Okay, I don't know. So I can hear myself now. Awesome. Right. So I'm just going to quickly share this about. So oh damn! I completely forgot. I'm on a different computer, and that's the phone. Awesome. So that is Hasbro and Toy just kind of coming up and ringing. I should have taken the phone out. There we go. So unexpected. Right. So today I'm going to be talking very much about the Gokiager 10 years later, and we're going to kind of break it through. A big proper review will be coming up because obviously this is such a long one, but this is just my reactions to it as well as kind of going off what basically the story is rather than something completely different. So first of all, we have, as I'm going to quickly go through this. So I don't know why they all of a sudden put like the very front part where it's out on Twitter. Let's just say that. Have a look at my Twitter because I replied to someone saying, "Thank you, kind sir, you are doing an amazing job." So this kind of it all starts off with like loads of different things. Like you have like these kind of shortcut parts where it's meant to entice you, but I generally kind of feel that they didn't need to kind of put this in. So it just kind of gives you up for like the first 2 minutes. It's like all these things together, and I'm just like, what? Why? Why are you doing that? So when I saw like in this in the beginning, you have Doc kind of wandering around, and you have like these two kids arguing. What I'm guessing they're arguing about is, oh, ah, God damn it! When everyone turns around and says no subs, so let me just mute that. God damn, Bryn. God damn it. Okay, so I found like this it was an entire kind of puzzle type, not puzzle, like product placement. Because, hello Orville, welcome to the stream. Because they start off with like the encyclopedia that they had, which I thought was really funny, and I generally was just like, they're all talking about the encyclopedia that you can get from Super Sentai, which has all the information about all the characters. And Doc's more, I'm guessing Doc's saying like, oh, I'm here, I used to be the Gokai Green, and I know the Super Sentai. So it was kind of more of a thing. I thought he was going to transform at first, and I generally kind of thought, right, so what is this? God damn it, God damn it, Orville. Oh, fucking Timmy, you put me off now. God damn it, Orville. Not cool. Not cool. Um, so um those kids were like my Sentai beat up. Yeah. Yeah, that was I kind of thought that. Like it generally kind of thought like it was this is better, this person's better, this person's good, etc., etc. And I generally thought Doc was going to flex and transform and then be like, I can turn into this one, I can do it into this one, and stuff like that, which I generally kind of thought, oh, right, okay. But he was just generally having a chat. Now, it comes to a part where I generally kind of thought that this was a really kind of cool element where it was Sentai versus Sentai, and I kind of thought, oh, for some strange reason, they've brought in all these people to just fight, and they're going to randomly fight each other. But it wasn't like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can't hide from Timmy. Yeah, but I can get very a little bit kind of about Timmy after it's been talked about. Um, this isn't the time to talk about Timmy from Genshin. Um, so basically, this entire thing is like you've got Sentai versus Sentai. There's one ranger I couldn't really kind of like I know about, but you had Shinken Green. No, you had basically you had Ninja Storm Green. You had oh, was it you had Shinkanger? No, not Shinkanger. Oh, Ninja Red, and Kakaru White. And I generally kind of thought that was actually pretty good. Now, for some strange reason, like I don't know why this was implemented, but it feels like this company is kind of betting. So you would bet on your Rangers. You would say, "Hey, I think this one would win," and obviously you saw the result. And I thought this was really cool. One moment that I went, "Oh," was seeing Basco's trumpet because I was like, I thought that would have been destroyed. So yeah, Shinking Gold was there. We'll get to him in a minute. So when seeing this, like everyone betting, and they also had the trumpet as well. I generally kind of thought, wow, that's really kind of cool to kind of bring this in. For me personally, I was like, oh, but again, like you can see product placement all around this because you definitely just have all these like books that everybody's looking at going, hey, look at this, look at that. These are the Rangers. So I kind of thought it's a very good way of saying, hey, we've got this product, you need to buy it if you want it from the show. So Doc randomly turns up, and this guy comes out of nowhere. And the second that you see him, you just instantly go, "You're the bad guy." Like there isn't a are they good or are they bad? Literally everybody in this is like, "Oh, that's bad. They are bad characters," and you knew it straight away. I was just like, I kind of would have liked a more of a how do I say, like, oh, I would rather they be kind of subtle about it, not be like, boom, here you go, here's this bad guy, you can have him whatsoever. So this big company is basically saying like, oh, I want, we've got these matches going on, like, guys there, and like this is the one thing that kind of really annoyed me because Guy I felt like was like one of the main ringleaders where normally you don't have Guy doing that sort of thing all the way through Gokiager. He was like, oh, you can't use these powers at times or you can't do that for like personal gain. That's what I kind of got from it. But seeing Guy being like saying, yeah, cool, let's get this fight going, let's get this going, and have these people in, I was like, really, Guy? Obviously something's changed much later on that you've just kind of thought this is fine. Not unless the company was like, hey, we're gonna turn around to you right now and go, we're gonna make sure this isn't good. No, this is like a good thing, like you oversee all of this. And I just went, guy, they're going to double cross you, and you just felt really kind of wow. And it feels like obviously guys come back from space, and he's on the planet, and obviously because the last 10 years ago we saw everybody kind of like lift off, even when they came back for the Zooja film, like the 20th anniversary, the two-parter. You know, it felt a bit kind of weird that guy was just doing this, but I one thing is I love the fights, and one thing all the way through this film that had me was there's this random guy, like this kid, and I'm like, I recognize you from somewhere. Where the hell are you from? And all of a sudden, I was just like, oh, you're the Shinkanger kid. That's where you're from. And it kind of shows you later on. And I was just like, oh man, fucking get in there. Like, I'm so glad they brought him back because I felt like even though he wasn't a main part of the series, it was more with the kind of much later on him just being like, hey, yeah, guess what? It's kind of it's awesome. Like, I'm here, I'm still about, and they haven't kind of forgotten about him. So out of all the cast, like the special people that they've had through Gokaiger when it was airing, he's the only one coming back. And obviously it's nice to see him grown up and he's like, yeah, I'm in part of this organization. So I'm hoping Guy is like, right, at the end of the day, this is the main thing that we've got. So we have like kind of a shot of Joe shooting the galleon, and all the way through you see like it's more kind of like have they all had a fight together? What's kind of caused this? What's kind of been going on, etc., etc. And I thought Joe was, they've all decided to go against each other and fight and be like, "Fuck this shit," we're going, you're all going down. But Marvelous arrives on Earth, and it kind of reminded me of, is it Lucky from Q Ranger, where he's riding that meteor and stuff like that? God damn it, Brand! I absolutely also hate having two monitors right now. Um, So we're going to close that down because right now it's just binging at me. Right. Okay. So where was I? So Marvelous arrives back on Earth, and it's this entire thing where, obviously I'm guessing he's looking for his crew. We then kind of jump in with Doc, and he's met Guy, he's dead, like, cool, this is awesome. And they all go towards a how do you say it? You can tell this is definitely unprepared. This is just a boom live stream. So we have Doc, like he's betting, he's won his first bet, and now he's losing. Now I don't know if they're putting money on the line or something like this, or if it's just something kind of really random. But he loses everything. He loses most of the matches after. Oh damn it! He's losing most of the matches, and it feels like a big what the hell. And it just didn't feel like Doc. Like I don't know why. For me personally, I would have generally thought that he was not a betting guy, or he would be like, no, we're not going to do anything for it and stuff like that. But he meets up with Guy. They kind of look through the kind of Sentai book again, which again I think is just massive product placement. And then asks for Doc's key. Guy goes, "Can I have your key?" And Doc's like, "Hey, here's my house key." And they're like, "No, your Gokai key." And I think he's like, "Oh, sorry, I must have left it. It was on the galleon, and I haven't got it anymore." Which I generally was a bit about. Like I was like, "Is this a plot device, or is this something a little bit later?" I did like the fact that we've got Navi back, and he's like the announcer going like, "Hey, did you know that you've got these Sentai teams and this Sentai team and this Sentai team?" Which to me, again, wasn't that bad. I just generally kind of thought that maybe they had downloaded his database and he was just doing little things like that. That kind of really got to me a little bit. So we have more Ranger fighting, and Doc basically can't figure out why his team lost. You had Shinken Gold, you had King Ranger, then obviously you had Rear Soul Green. You had loads of different Rangers all kind of like coming back together. Is Mega Blue in it? I didn't realize. Again, like some of these like characters I don't recognize. The only one I did was seeing Magi Yellow, and I was like, yes, that's him because of the way that he brings up like, oh, his characters kind of lose. So I didn't know Mega Blue was in this one. This is what I want to go through properly to see all the cameos and that go through. So Luca turns up randomly. She basically shoots the laptop with all the information, and she sold out Marvelous. And you know that this is a plan. You know that this is a thing that's going on where it's kind of set up. But Luca's just using like an old school pirate pistol. Yeah, I knew Magi Yellow's in everything. I knew he was in this one. I was like, I'm sure I recognize you. So Luca has basically captured Marvelous, and it shows that how good Marvelous is in battle, because everyone is like, right, you're now going to go fight. You're now going to go out and fight all these rangers, and you kind of think, what's going on with this? Is this a thing where he's going to go through every single ranger, take the keys? Because when the rangers are defeated, they obviously turn back to ranger keys, which we've seen. So when like going through this, Lucas also handed her key over to the bad guys because it's more like, hey, you can't take your keys or something like that. I'd love to. I can't wait for the sub version. I really can't, so I can figure out and go, oh, so that's what it is. Because it just felt weird that Luca would give over a key and go, there you go, you can have it. It just to me wasn't it wasn't a great thing. But like everyone's betting on Marvelous, they're betting on all the other Rangers, and Marvelous is just whipping like everybody else. Basco is the other. Oh, is he the? Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, that's absolutely cool. I didn't know it was Basco. I generally thought that it was just a random guy from like Torcuja because obviously he had the monkey. But now I kind of realize Yes, I get what it is. Thank you very much for telling me, Arcania Master. Thank you for telling me that because that's actually made it even better for me. So Marvelous goes through. He absolutely like takes everybody out very quickly, which I generally thought was a good thing. Like it would be kind of really bad, but the main thing is, it feels like these people who are having the ring, they're turning around, going like, "You've got to keep doing it. Next fight, next fight, next fight." And Marvelous is just getting tired. He's like, "I can't do this anymore." Guy obviously takes it upon himself to go down and actually fight Marvelous one on one. And I generally was just like, why would Guy suddenly do that? It just doesn't matter. But I guess we'll find out much later on when it comes to obviously the sub. Now, his fight was actually quite interesting because, even having Marvelous being tired from these constant battles, he's still able to hold his own against. It's easier to get like hold up his own against Guy, but unfortunately, Guy wins in the end because of cheating. They couldn't get his character back, as you know, he died. So they decided, yeah, I think it would be cool because we've seen Basco just kind of come back anyway. So it would be interesting if they did. But I'm glad that he's in this, and it's not just like, oh, we've left him out. So I'm glad that they did kind of bring him back. I did, that's one of the cool things. So everyone kind of like Marvelous and Guy finished their fighting, which obviously means that Guy's won, and it's like, go Guy Silver. Now, I do love the fact with the announcer, they instantly brought up the fact that it's the guy from the Pirates. So obviously, when you hear it's like, go Kai Silver, I was like, perfect. Absolutely goddamn perfect. Aim jumps in and she comes back. Anytime, Long Tender Ranger, thank you very much for actually telling us where to go see this. So go check out Long Tender Rangers on YouTube. He's put up one of the fights as well as I'm guessing one or two extra other things. So go check him out. So Aim jumps in, she saves everyone, or she saves Marvelous, and she kind of does the whole thing where she like blasts to kind of get people away. Now, one thing I really liked about this was the fact that when they summon the other Rangers, it wasn't the proper trumpet sound. It was just then like a synthesized version of it, which I generally thought was absolutely perfect because I think this is kind of a really unique thing. I generally thought it would be a big one going like a long tune, like a proper one that would belt out a banger. But Aim and Marvelous have a bit of conversation, and Aim looks absolutely stunning. Like it feels like she has not aged one little bit. So we have the Rangers. Let me go back because I'm actually looking at this properly. I actually did kind of like the fact that when we have her kind of flash, when we have it on a planet, it's the same thing as from Kira Major. So which one were the Rangers that went after her? So let's go back. Okay, so I'm going to play this. We'll probably play. No, we can't have the sound. Like I thought all the keys would have come back and they would have done it, but I like the way that they've kind of set it out. I think that's actually quite a cool thing. For me, if I could, that would be the way that I'd have it as well. So we have, is it Queen of Hearts, or Jacko Pink, Denjiman Green, I'm gonna say Light Speed Yellow, which is Go Go Yellow. Then we have Time Fire, we have Decker Blue, and then we have Go Onja Black. And it's such a kind of really random team because to me personally, I thought that this was going to be more of a kind of a search and rescue. I can understand maybe Decker Blue because obviously police and they search. But yeah, it was just kind of nice seeing these Rangers ready to kind of go off. So obviously they catch up to the rest of the team and they start kind of fighting, and we see actually transformations from Guy and it's just Go Yellow. Okay, Go Yellow. So yeah, we have everyone finding Marvelous and Aim, and they kind of transform and they kind of start fighting. And it's really cool that they're fighting normally, so they're carrying it on for such a long time because I'm guessing with the amount of time people like it has gone, this is an intensive fight that's happening. So Guy turns around and says, like, you can't go get them. And then he gets kind of locked up with the others with like a single punch. And then I think the samurai kid gets punched in the stomach as well, which then kind of think, oh, Go Yellow was a policewoman, oh, policeman. Oh, okay, that's awesome. Like, so I'm guessing it's search and rescue. That's what they all are for. Kind of makes a bit more sense. Um, no, when they're kind of all stuck in, guys kind of rushing around going, "Oh no!" and he's being his loud self, and I was like, "Really? Just kind of really on that one? That's a bit kind of weird, but all right." But that's kind of guy where he gets kind of really like excited and stuff like that. So what Doc says is he's like, calm down, I've got a way out. We're going to listen to what they're saying because he placed the tracker and he's got this key on his in his hair, and he's searching for it. I'm like, is that a pocket dimension? Doc, have you got a pocket dimension right in your hair right now? But he hasn't got it. So he drops out this key. They're listening in, and one thing that annoyed me is when you've got this big guy coming in and fighting them, it just annoys me that you've got Guy and you've got the Shinkenger kid, and he's just sat down, and it feels like they're going, "Oh, we don't know what to do." And Doc's like absolutely fighting this big guy. He's like saying, "Come on, get out!" And I genuinely kind of thought that Guy would be like, "I can't. We've been put in here for a reason." And I was just like, "No, like I'd be getting out there soon as fast as anything. You have this opportunity, and Doc's not the biggest person to kind of take on this guy." But he pushes this person back saying, "Get out, go get it, go get the keys, do something or other." And then you've just got them on the knees going, I don't want to. And then they decide, fuck it, let's do it. And I was just like, really? Fucking hell, guys, seriously. So they escape, they go grab some new keys. Like, and this is one thing I'm wondering, like, does everyone just powers after the season just turn into keys? So Guy grabs a load of keys, but go is it Go Red or for Go Ranger? No, Akka Red. It's Akka Red. Akka Red appears as key form. He goes and starts fighting. Guy's like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to kind of punch you. I don't want to fight you." And then they kind of run off. And this is when the monster of the series turns around and goes like, "Yeah, we're just going to summon these rangers. We're going to send them after you, so you have some problems going forward and stuff like that." And it doesn't feel like these rangers. It felt like the rangers or the ranger keys. It felt like they were just kind of like sizing up what their opponents could do. But Guy is a really good fighter without it. Akared's from Go. Yeah, it's Akared Go Ranger. Akared is Guy. Okay. Aka Ranger. Okay, I always thought it was Aka Red, but okay, I'll take that back. Aka Ranger, obviously Go Ranger. Thank you very much, Arcane Master. So, with this kind of fight going on, it's very simple. It's very easy, and Joe kind of just drops in, and he absolutely owns everyone. And I was just like, "Holy crap!" So to me, I was just like, "This is absolutely fantastic!" Like having Joe come back and fight and take everyone down seems to me was absolutely perfect. Like he hasn't changed. The only thing that annoyed me, I think, because you can just tell it's a wig, is his hair looked like it was just stuck on, like there wasn't anything there at all. And that's what kind of really got me a little bit. I was like, it's not taking me out of it. It just doesn't suit the character anymore. I felt like, if he'd grown his hair for the series, this is when someone says, actually, it was a wig all the way through the series. I'd have gone, fucking damn it. But I would have pretty much liked it if he had like short hair. I think that kind of works. So as Joe takes everybody down, like the ranger keys seem really like, oh crap. Joe's holding his sword to it. He's like, sorry. So when you see like Die Red, he's like, oh God, what am I going to do? And Joe just wails on everyone, which I thought was absolutely fine. So we have more of a fighting. We have more fighting. We have more fights with Gokai Red and Gokai Pink, and they seem not to be holding their own a bit. Like they're getting kind of overrun, which is absolutely fine. But this is when we actually see like brand new keys going in. We see was it Reasol Red, which Aim gets, which I really like seeing, and then we have is it Zooja Red or Eagle Ranger going on Gokai Red. So this kind of fight, I want to see a bit more. Like I think it would be cool if Aim had the able to use the Reasol souls a bit. It just felt like more of a here is a show, but I think it'd be cool if she just used one soul and it was like a powered up mode, or is it Zooja Eagle? You can tell that I haven't watched Zooja. So thank you again, Arcana Master. So they constantly fight, and what I quite liked at the very end. Oh no, sorry, going back. Kiramija Red, and then I'm guessing you had Q Ranger Red. I don't know his name on that one. I know it's Lucky from the looks of it. So that's the only one I can go for. Now, one thing I really liked and I wanted to see more of, and this was as I can't I can play it. Wrong one. Do you know what? I hate touchscreen, like little touchscreens. Just really irritates me so much. So my ones that I liked seeing was the Lupin Rangers. I felt like they could have been a bit more. So AIM turns into Lupin Red, and obviously you've got Marvelous as Pato Red or Pat Red. And I generally wanted to see a bit more fighting from them. Marvelous also says Zoage catchphrase, "Don't mess with our planet." As I screeched, nice. Oh, Sushi Red is Q Ranger. Cool. I haven't watched Q Ranger, so when I just say these ones, I'm just going to go these ones, but I'll hopefully remember for next time. I was really happy to see Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger again, but I wanted a bit more fighting rather than here is the blaster, we're doing the thing off. But I will say, I love the fact that AIM said adieu, like at the very end. So I thought that was perfect. That to me was everything I wanted. But I also like the skirt element. I thought that was very, very cute. So very kind of quick flashback to Gokiager, where you've got Shinking Kid. They're in their base having a fight. No, he's not having a fight, but that scene that we get from I think is it episode 2 or 3 in Gokiager. Marvelous explained what's going on. You know, he said that he was fighting these bad guys, and obviously it's the monsters. And unfortunately, they used their kind of shield, which then we saw earlier on in the film, which I generally kind of thought, oh, like, okay, I get it. But you knew exactly what was happening. Like there wasn't any suspense. There wasn't for me, there wasn't anything that I'd be more like, oh shit, this is something that I kind of really want to see. I just felt like it was very kind of a cop out really kind of quickly. So we have some more conversation. Joe's got the keys. He says that he found a crystal from the Gokai galleon as he was about to leave. Suddenly started shining bright, and it's like, bam, that's kind of really cool. And unfortunately, like you know what's going to come up, it's going to be the power up later on. Marvel said, "Okay, I didn't hear Marvelous say anything. I just thought he just literally transformed, and it was Ames one to say that. So I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Right. So Doc is getting beaten up now. Luca kind of drops in, and at first I was like, "Huh, which character are you?" Because it didn't look like Luke, and then it kind of like I clocked on, and she's like a vlogger. She's going in, like saying, like, you know, this is what I'm going to show you. I'm only making up. I actually don't know what this. I am kind of going guessing on it. So she breaks in. She's a vlogger. She's showing the entire world what's going on, how these guys are treating Doc, as well as kind of using and utilizing like things are going on. I need to slow down a bit. Basically, she's showing the entire world what's kind of going on with this. She exposes the monsters in the room, which I thought was going to be the big guy, saying like, you know, the main boss guy. He was going to be the head pirate, but it wasn't. I was kind of very like, oh, I was taken back. That's I think I wasn't kind of like I don't know. Like, I wasn't we. I don't know how. Like I thought it was. I thought it was, but I was very genuinely really surprised. So with everyone kind of exposed, this is the one thing I didn't see. I love the fact that Doc turns into Gokai Yellow and Doc and Luke turns into Gokai Green. I absolutely loved it. I mean, I would have absolutely loved if they kept fighting for a bit longer. It just felt really weird seeing the mannerisms, but I'm guessing that was such like a major big throwback to what happened 10 years ago when they obviously swapped bodies. So I kind of really thought that was a cool thing. And seeing Doc with his with normal, but Luca with that skirt, I was like, that's really kind of cool. I thought, did they have to make newer helmets? But I thought, no, they probably didn't. So we get kind of a little fight and a thing, and then we get the massive big fight that's going on. where we get the helmetless morph, where it's like literally, they say the phrase like Gokai yellow, Gokai blue, Gokai green, Gokai red, Gokai pink, Gokai silver, and therefore they go for it. And I generally was just like, I love this fighting. It felt like there was more fighting in this scene than there was near the end of the series. You then have the businessman, the boss guy, and he just turns up. He's like, "I'm going to steal these keys." And Samurai Kid like, "Nope," or Shinken Kid's like, "Nope, nope, nope, no, you're not." Goes in, punches him, takes him out, and obviously the keys are safe. So this massive fight goes on. Everyone kind of teams up. We swap weapons as we've seen previously in Gokiager, and we literally see everyone kind of have its fight. Now, this is when we get the power up. This is when we get the best stuff. Um, where everybody gets a power. Now, when this first dropped, we didn't actually see like we just saw Joe and Marvelous have the power up, so we didn't know every single other person did. So now we do. Like, obviously it came out a while ago. So you have Doc. He turns around. He's got a cannon. Aim's got Aim and I was gonna say Gia. Aim and Luca have things on their legs to shoot barrels and stuff like that. And obviously you've got Joe with the kind of scrape, like kind of a claw, and Marvelous has the main galleon on it. I'm guessing, Arcana. I'm guessing he does, but it's quite quick. But if they didn't say it, I'd be very like, what the hell? That's his catchphrase. But I'm very sure he does say, let's make a show of it, just as they start fighting. So everyone comes together, they defeat their main bad guys on who they are. And then all of a sudden, they combine the keys, or they turn the key, then which opens it all up to actually give Marvelous the every power of the Galleon, which I'm guessing is also in the kind of shape of the Gokai Galleon in Megazord mode, which I was absolutely like, that's really cool. The only downside I would have said is that it was too slow. Like, not too slow, it was over too quickly. I would have loved to see Marvelous actually utilize everything on there. So he's fighting this person, he's like using the claws, he's using the cannons, he's using the legs, and it takes it down. And I would have kind of liked to see it be like, we need more power, and they use like Guy's power, but they don't. I just generally thought, oh. Then okay, so at the very end, we have Navi coming back, which is just like, saying, "Hey guys, like it's really really cool, like you're so cool," and Marvis doesn't like it. So I'm guessing that was the main kind of end part with Navi. I really want him to kind of talk about how he left the Zoojas, because I think in the last, no, yeah, the Zoojas, in the last one he says like, "I'll be here for another 20 or 30, 40 years." I would love it if he mentioned something like, "Oh, I got away from there." So the last kind of part, and I thought, was there going to be like a Marvel type thing? And they do. Um, they they're all in a curry house, and I think Guy's like, "I'm really sorry for taking the keys," and then utilizing this kind of battle royale. Everyone's more like, don't, we don't give a shit. We've got our keys back. We've got our powers. And you see Aim holding the silver Kiramager key, and they're all kind of talking about it. They all have fun, and then it kind of shows clips from like the outtakes, which I think was kind of really cool. And the last shot, which I really liked, was just all the keys and then Guy with his arm up. So yeah, and that's it. That is pretty much everything in the thing. I've gone through it really quickly. They don't use the Gokai Galleon Buster. I generally thought they were. I thought that was it, but I'm guessing since he's got the entire like armament of the Gokai Galleon, it wasn't a thing. But generally, like this entire thing was absolutely fantastic. I would have loved, pardon me, to see this like in the cinema. I think this would have been amazing. So this is out on DVD at the moment in Japan, where I'm guessing very soon we're going to be getting the Blu-ray. Well, the Blu-ray's coming out next year with the key, which I'm really kind of looking forward to. I think it's going to be absolutely freaking fantastic. But for me personally, this entire film felt right. It was rushed at the end. I feel like you could lengthen everything up a bit more rather than just kind of leaving it as it is. Yeah, I just felt like that was a little bit rushed. Like, I would have liked to see a bit more fighting with the Galleon blaster. Sorry, the Gokai key, Galleon key. So I don't know what power up it was. It says it, but because the sound effects are way too high, it's like when they go like, "Oh, let's activate this key," you can hear it, but then it's like you hear this loud piece of music, which I thought was a bit kind of, uh. I did kind of like the throwback that they had to some of the really good parts in the credits to like these are what's going on. Like, this is what we had through the series. This is what we've done over the years. I kind of really like that. That was a very nice touch. I kind of got really like emotional when watching it, going, "Ah, I really wanted to see more of this." So yeah, I just felt it was a badass. And yeah, there is Basco's actor. Aim, I absolutely thought like she is not aged whatsoever. And to be fair, most of them haven't. I that was one thing I genuinely thought was that none of them had really aged that much. So I'm just kind of scoping through in case I missed anything. Um, yeah, like literally, it's just fighting. I loved like the fact that they wanted to kind of change things up, where they added skirts in to the female rangers, obviously as we've seen. So it was nice to see that it wasn't just AIM sticking to pink. It wasn't just that. I felt like they'd done quite well, and it's like you've transformed into this one, and it kind of reminded me of that episode where AIM wanted to take out the bad guys, so they all chose like certain keys to go with her, and it wasn't just a you have to be this color. So it was really nice, and I like the fact that they just did that. I already have the ten Gokiager pre-ordered, and I can't wait to get them. Probably going to be the Gokai Galleon Buster next month because I still don't have it. It's really cool that we can like you can still find them. That's one thing I thought as soon as these toys went out, like that was it. You would never be able to find them, and then now it's like they're still available. It's a really nice like toy. I've got it upstairs in my attic, and I absolutely freaking love it. Like I remember when it first came out, one of the lights went purple, so everyone thought that there was going to be another purple Gokaija coming in. Now, one thing I would have loved to have seen this. Now, I really wish they did was if they had the Zenkaija, and it was here is Zox. I think it would have been kind of cool if he randomly turned up, or if he was like his key was used, because I think that would have been absolutely awesome. That's probably the only thing that I think that would have made this 10 times better was to actually have Zox in it. That's what I would have wanted. I also like the fact that the keys automatically responded to Basco's trumpet, which kind of popped up. So that to me was a nice kind of little touch. I also like the fact that Marvelous took down a ton of people. So he goes against like the first one, he goes through like Jetman, he goes through Jet Black, which obviously I know is Condor, I think. And then he goes through like Dino Thunder, and then all the other kind of keys as well. Big one he takes out. So I really want to see when the Galleon. I wonder. I think it will just say special Ranger key, or it won't read it. I feel like because obviously they didn't think far. Black Condor, that was it. I knew it was Black Condor. I couldn't figure it out. I reckon it will just say special Ranger key, but I'm sure people are going to do it just to see what it is. So yeah, my final thoughts properly is this is one of the better Super Sentai films that I've seen. Like I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great tribute to having for 10 years. I thought it was absolutely perfect. I felt like you had the right amount of action. You didn't need character building that much because we all knew what was going on. We've already grown up with these Rangers. We've already seen them for like literally a year. So it was just kind of jumping in. It felt like Gokaja hasn't been on, like it's just taken a break. And this is like one of the films. So I would love to see more like Gokaija action. I think having it come back, like I would love to see us like a season two, because I feel like there's so much you could do in it. Yeah, it's definitely the best 10 year. So I watched the no Hurricaneger. Didn't like Hurricaneger. Felt it was very kind of boring. It was more, oh, you've got this ranger and he's going around. All right, cool. That doesn't give me much. I think I didn't watch the Decker Ranger 10 year. Yeah, Black Condor is dead, but because the way that they've done it is it's basically like a it's like a fighting arena battle tournament where they've got the key, so his power still lives in. So when we've seen in like Gokiager and stuff like that, when Basco used his trumpet to summon the Rangers, where they would go to town on the and fight and stuff like that, this was exactly the same sort of thing as well. Um, so I was very kind of happy to see that, we've got that. And I felt like it was all these big moments in Sentai history that we've seen, which had these fights that, had these like main ranges going in and out and stuff like that. So that to me was absolutely perfect. Um, I just can't wait for this sub. Like, I know at the moment I wanted to do a video on this, like regardless of how I could do it, but I can't edit at the moment, so it's a pain in the ass. So I thought, yeah, let's jump on a live stream and talk about it. I felt like this is something very different. Like, it's also weird that this big guy, obviously covered in blue, and then they've just kind of like drawn like these black squiggly lines on him. I felt like, oh, okay, he's the only proper human one in this. But even when you look at his like the paint and stuff, it's not that great. One thing I was very surprised at is Guy didn't actually use any of his like he used his gold mode, but he didn't transform into any of the six rangers, which I generally thought was going to be a thing. Like I generally thought he was going to turn into one of the six rangers, but we didn't see it. Pardon me. Same thing as why they could use Time Valkyrie in the movie. Yeah, the character was dead. Yeah, it was. They just had them. That was it. Each person had their power. Like kind of brought into this, and that was one thing I could. I was more than happy to see. But yeah, I just kind of wish that Guy transformed. It just felt like he didn't need to or didn't want to. But it just means that he's probably a lot stronger than most of the other Gokaijas because he doesn't need like to transform. I love the fact though that Marvelous gets a cape. Have you ever noticed that all super forms at the moment they all seem to be getting capes? You saw it in Lupin Ranger versus Pata Ranger with Lupin Red, he got a cape. Then in Zenkaiger, you've got Two Kaiser, he's got the cape at the moment. And I'm just like, everyone's getting capes. Super mode, if you want to be super fancy, you're getting capes, and that's it. And I generally thought that was fantastic. Uh, I like the fact that Marvel's powers up, so I kind of really want an action figure with him like that. So, and I think at the very end, like until they go to the curry house all also made me cry a little bit, as it made me teary, is when they're eating at the curry house because I from what I remember, I don't think they actually got Marvelous didn't get to eat curry. There's one episode where like the whole building gets blown up. I don't know if he actually finished his curry. So I feel like for this one, it felt like this was like he finally got to have that chicken curry, that katsu curry. Sushi Red Orin had a cape too. See, all these powered up rangers just get capes, and that to me is really cool. Like it's just awesome. Now, I think what would be really cool is if Shinken Kid actually was the actor who played it 10 years ago. I think that would be kind of cool. Um, but yeah, I just love the fact that it's not Ranger Assassins. Like, just send them out. But it just kind of makes me think, how do you have the key? They kind of did actually. So they didn't do it with the Rangers, where you see the Rangers do the move, which was a bit thing. But they have extended the main song where it adds in like Zenkaiger, Q Ranger, Lupin versus Pata Ranger, loads of things like that. They have put into this like last song, which to me was kind of cool. Like I would have loved to have seen a proper way that they would have done it, like all do the poses. I think that would have been absolutely kind of cool. But unfortunately, for some strange reason, they didn't do it or they didn't think about it. But maybe that they didn't. I mean, they would have had the suits on hand, but maybe they couldn't get them all together to kind of do it for some strange reason. But it'd been really cool. I mean, they had outtakes and stuff. But yeah, oh yeah, it is Basco. Yeah, and again the monkey. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So yeah, you just see him at the very end, and then it's just like, okay, this is it. In episode one, Malthus didn't get to use curry. Oh, he got to in the finale. Okay, I couldn't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen Gokiager, but I know I've got a video coming up which is about Gokiager. I think I really want to do Gokiager month or something, or like do quite a few videos just about Gokiager because I think it is the best anniversary season on how you do it. But I'm gonna have to go back and watch every single episode again, which again, oh no, what did it do? But yeah, like I'm guessing I don't know if anyone because I didn't watch Q Ranger. So obviously there's scenes where AIM is talking to someone at the very beginning. I'm just gonna see if I can find it. I can't drag it onto screen, which is a bit of a shame thing. Otherwise, I would, because I'm not using like Streamlabs or anything like that at the moment. So I obviously knew who the ranger was because he had his goggles on, which is from Kira Major. But does that mean that AIM is the princess of the Kira Majors, like the planet, or is she? Like, I know she's a princess of another one, but is it kind of established that it's the that she is the princess or the queen now? Because obviously we see the Silver Ranger from Kira Major, and he like obviously he's in it. So who else do we have fighting? So hang on, I've got to go back a little bit. So obviously Luke is watching Marvelous. And then yeah, so you have Turbo, Car Ranger versus Turbo. So pink versus red. Then it is Flashman versus something I can't remember. Flashman and something else. I don't know. So then we have another one which then brings in Lost Gingaman yellow, as then obviously we've got Riasol green at the same time. Yeah, so it's kind of really cool. I really wanted at some point to see every single ranger. Okay, then the next one. Yeah, Shinken Gold versus King Ranger. And that was a really cool fight. I would have loved to see them go full speed at each other because they were fast characters. Then there is which one is that? I can't remember the names. I'm gonna have to look over the Sentais so I could definitely see it. Because you only saw like quite a few of them. But in general, this film is absolutely fantastic. If anyone gets a chance to watch it, because it's going to be like shared on Twitter, can you describe the team versus Flashman? I can help. Okay, so Flashman. Okay, so I'll go back. I think I've gone over it. Okay, was that the one where they're fighting Shinken? Um, oh, shit, it's the wrong one. So literally small laptops that don't have the taskbar is annoying. So obviously I've just said it's the one where it's got Shinken Gold and I think it's Flashman. No, it's not Flashman. It's like Bioman. Um, he's got kanji on his head, very similar apparently to Silver and Thingy. Oh, I do kind of like the fact that the gambling thing that they've got has all the Super Sentais in it. I think that was kind of cool. Oh, is it blue? Is it Blue Mask? Okay, that's the one we're talking about. I think it's Blue Mask. Yeah, it's just so cool. Yeah, I just love the fact Marvis is able to take out all these Ranger keys on his own. So we also had Abra, I think Blue from Abba Ranger. Then there is Gosei Red. Then there is I don't know those two. The very old Sentais. I don't know every single Sentai. Then we have Tokuja and Mega Black, which I thought was kind of cool. Like it was really nice seeing those kind of brought in, but just literally marvelous, like taking them all out. Then obviously there is the Silver Kiramija, which will probably have his own name. I like the fact it's just here's the key, it just drops on the floor. So that was something. And then, yeah, it just shows that even when Marvelous is that tired, like he can still take on everybody. Uh, I know it's like Goggle Yellow, but I always think it's Google Yellow and Change Pegasus. Ah, okay. See, I need to learn these names when I'm going over them. Big One was in it, which obviously, if you've had the first Red Ranger, and then obviously you've got Big One. Obviously, he'd has to make this debut. It'd been really cool if they did bring Basco back. Like, I think that would have been like another icing on the cake. But yeah, just literally just Gokai Red versus Silver was fantastic. And then just the kind of fight at the end, like halfway through, it felt like these Rangers, like if they turned up, dear God, it's perfect. This Gokaija is possibly one of the best Super Sentais out there. I don't know why they're not still kind of using it to kind of bring people in, but I'm glad that they're not at the same time, because if they did, I think it would be way over. And even the whole Gokai, the transform from oh for Gokai, not Gokai, sorry, yeah, Gokai, yellow and green was just fantastic as well. Like really nice seeing that, and then they've all got their costumes at the end. I think the reason Basco fully didn't come back was because he was in the Zenkanger. Yeah, he was in this. He was in that movie, I remember. But I think personally, like, I would have loved to have seen him come back again. Like, he could have been like the end boss, because every single time Basco's come back, it's either spirit form. It's not the most powerful form, but I feel like that would be the best part to kind of go over and say, "Hey, look, like he's back." It's like end boss game, or like he grabs the trumpet back and then kind of gets defeated quite quickly because film plot device. But yeah, like this is a fantastic film. um it is definitely worth having a watch if you can. And I can't wait for the sub version. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it for this live review. um I would carry on, but my throat is now starting to sting because obviously I've not watered it. So I'm just going to go over the conversation, like the Twitter, the thingy again, just to make sure that I haven't um just like go on yellow in 10 years, go on Ja. I would never see Guy evil. I wouldn't see Guy evil. I think that he was very tricked, but then I kind of think that when, like, I don't, this isn't Guy at the same time. To me personally, feel that he was either tricked, but it's just very weird that how Guy would give them all the powers and say these are all keys, and then they've just turned it into a battle royale, like a betting ring. Like that doesn't seem like Guy, but I'm guessing that could be a very easy way of doing it. Or maybe he's overseeing it so it doesn't work that well. So it's like, if you step out of line, I will stop you. um oh shit, no, there was actually one more match, like one match that I didn't actually talk about. That just reminded me when I just saw Buster Yellow, Buster Gold. So where is it? Okay, yeah. So we do actually have some more fighting. So let's kind of go over this one. So we have Gaio Blue, the shark one. Oh yeah, Torkuja Yellow and Pink Kids were in the movie. Oh, were they? I didn't know. Again, I wouldn't have known because I haven't seen Torkuja either. So we have Gal Yellow, then we have Son Vulcan Blue, which I thought was kind of really cool. Then we have the lovely Petter Pink, which is from Jew Ranger, and then obviously we have Geki Red as well. And then I love Yellow Lion, just literally takes them all out in one go. Like summons the cannon, it's just like badoosh, one go, take out. Hello, David. How are you today? Welcome to the stream. So yeah, I love the fact that Yellow Line just takes them all out in one go, and everyone's just like, "What the hell?" Um, like I thought it would have been like maybe Petra Pink would do it. Hello, Elliot. How are you doing today? So yeah, Lion Yellow, he just takes them all out. It also kind of felt weird because of the powers that basically it's just like you've won, lift your arm. So we had Volshark, Guile Blue, Petter Ranger, Yellow Lion, and Geki Red. Yeah, I keep thinking it's like because I'm thinking like the Rangers, like Petter are pink, so but it's Petter Ranger. Um, I just quit the whole thing. Nice one. Um, can I bring that back? Um, has it been a long day, Elliot? Because I hate long days. I absolutely hate long days. Okay, so let me just load that back up. Ba-ba-bum. So, okay, it's definitely on the other screen. What else? Yeah, I don't know if there's that much. Like, I feel like they make a deal to like if Marvelous lost in the tournament, he has to give his key up. But I'm like, Marvelous would never do that. Obviously, it was all the plan. Yep, and I had oh damn, I hate long school day. Well, when I was in school, I used to hate long days, but it's now over and you can actually rest, which is